So this lesson is about the question that is straight from the Sedona Method, which I use a lot in the undoing processes. And that is, could you welcome how personal that feels? That it's about you or who you are. And in retreats, this always brings up lots of questions like, what are you talking about? So how we explain this is pretty much every emotion we feel feels personal. So, for instance, I woke up a bit pissed off with a friend of mine this morning. I mean, I'd been drinking wine as well, so that didn't really help. It's not good for the mood, for sure. So I felt pissed off with her. And when I'm in that state of mind, I believe I'm the only one who feels like this, that it's something about me, as if other people don't feel frustrated with their friends, as if other people don't get angry about trivial things or something that somebody said at some point in the past. So when I'm in that state of mind, it really feels like I'm the only one who feels this, and it feels like whatever this person did was directed at me. And we know those things aren't true, but try telling yourself that when you're angry or frustrated with somebody. It won't make any difference. So that's why we have a process for it. And equally, at the other end of the scale, if I'm feeling a low energy emotion such as sadness or hopelessness, I feel somehow that my hopelessness is different from other people's hopelessness and that it's my hopelessness. And then I'll start feeling things like, I always feel like this. Why do I feel like this? What happened? And I probably will always feel like this. Because if I'm at the center of the emotion, then of course it's only logical that I believe that and that that's actually a big component of the pain. So again, if you just say to somebody, oh, everyone's miserable some days, it's like, yeah, I know, but it won't make any difference to me when I'm really involved with the emotion. So again, that's why we have these wonderful processes so that we don't have to try and force ourselves. So that question, could you welcome how personal that feels? And again, you can always say no if you can't welcome that. The example I'm going to use for this one is actually drawing. And what it feels like when I can't get a drawing right. So it could be, for you, it could be any kind of creative project. It could be something you need to do. And it's turned into a bit of a struggle. So in that case, I would welcome the difficulty with the drawing. And then I would ask myself, could I just welcome how personal that feels? And I tell you what, that feels really personal because underneath that difficulty and the stress is thinking, I don't do enough drawing practice. I kind of gave up on it. Oh, I should be better at drawing because I did go to the Royal Academy. There'll be a whole story about why this is different for me. And it's like, if only I had more concentration, the other people, it will just spin and spin and spin about why this is different for me. And why it's always going to be hard for me. And why it should have been different for me. That's going to be the components of, is this personal? So then I'm going to say something like, assuming I feel open to it, could I just welcome how personal this struggle I'm having with this drawing is? How it feels like it's about me and who I am. And as I practice doing that, even as I just ask myself the question, something will start to loosen. Because everyone struggles with creativity. It's just what it is. When I discovered the Sedona Method, I thought, oh, this is going to be great. I'm never going to struggle with my art production again. It's like, no, it's not going to happen. It's never happened to anybody, I don't think. Anyway, well, it's not that making artwork is ever going to be consistently easy. Writing is never going to be consistently easy. The most talented people in all of these fields, most of them struggle with their work. And so we're not trying to get rid of that struggle or delude ourselves that we can get rid of that struggle. What we're saying is we can find a way to make ourselves bigger and our desire to produce bigger and the struggle smaller. And then that means we can function. We can create more, do more of what we like. So this question is part of the longer process, but it's just worth talking about it by itself because it always causes confusion when I'm on retreats, as people find it hard to understand what it's about. So I hope that makes sense to you, and you will just get used to it as you work through the process. So thank you for your attention. Thank you.